We've played Spider-Man 2, haven't we, Anna?
Heck yeah, we have.
Yeah, we have.
Whip, whip.
But here's the thing. I think that what Sony has showed of the game so far is not what's best about it.
No.
Let's explain after this unpleasant music.
Show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend.
Luke, you're too harsh on yourself.
No.
That's beloved by the fans watching at home.
Beloved, presumably. Why else would we keep putting it in if people don't love it? I haven't thought to check with them.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments. Do you know, don't. It's staying. I don't need to hear your opinion. Yeah, Spider-Man 2. Okay,
Yeah.
so we went to a Sony preview event for the game, which isn't out for a good old while yet.
No, not until October.
Yeah, we don't normally see games this far in advance. And you shouldn't read too much into that, but if you were going to read a lot into it, maybe a mark of confidence.
Yeah, I mean, well, the build that we played at that point was already, they said it was like 6 weeks old, and since then they have been tweaking it and making sure it's perfect before release.
They were like, we're so sorry about our shameful build.
It's terrible.
It's in and then it played
it was
flawlessly and was
great.
brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We went to this event, and if you're wondering, was there whimsy at this event? Yes, we had a whimsical time, and later on we'll show you a whimsical montage of what we got up to. But we didn't want to delay.
We want to get straight into the
talking about
delicious Spider-Man news.
Going to get straight
stuff
into a
to give
Spider-Man.
to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this game was first showed off in any serious and significant way in May of this year at a PlayStation showcase, I think it was.
Yeah.
Where there was a very, very lengthy stretch of gameplay was shown, and it was Peter Parker and Miles having a big fight with the lizard that sort of went over like the river.
This is really, really exciting.
And was very, very cinematic, very visually impressive. And I came away from that not very impressed with the game, to be completely honest. And some of the response that I saw around the same time seemed to mirror my feelings, which was that it looked extremely quick time event-y. It was like a very, very impressive cutscene, and you watched it and you were like, well, I feel like I'm going to do like 1 or 2 button presses in the middle of this, like a really lengthy action set piece from like Uncharted or something.
Uncharted vibes,
yeah, where you're not really taking part, it's just sort of...
It's just like, press X now! Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's kind of visually spectacular.
Square.
Yeah. The game has quite a few of these big, spectacular set pieces.
I mean, Insomniac, they're so good at those set pieces, and they are, like, they're very quick-timey, but out of all of the kind of quick-timey game like moments, they are way more dynamic than the other ones that I've played, and I feel like I am genuinely doing more, and they mix it up so that it's not just like press this button, but like they weave in different elements. And we actually at this event got to play that section.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, it wasn't just waiting for button presses. It was actually a lot of fun to play, and I was like, oh, this is good. I like this.
And moreover, like, we got to play the game for a very long time, about like 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah.
A lot longer than we thought we were going to be able to. We kept expecting someone from Sony to come and put a hand on our shoulder and say,
no,
you weren't supposed to play this far.
Stop.
Come with me to jail. And then we'd be led into jail, and the judge would say, well, what did this man do? And I'd say, well, he played an awful lot of Spider-Man 2. And the judge would say, that makes me sick.
Fair.
I'm throwing away the key. We have to make an example.
Bang.
And that would be it.
No Men in Black, like
No.
memory.
No, much,
not quite.
much cheaper to jail us, James.
Yeah.
Simply jail us forever. Put us in PlayStation jail. So we got to play a huge stretch of the game, and there were a couple of those very, very impressive set pieces. But actually, I had much more fun just in the general minute-to-minute of the game. The combat, just the sort of general meat and potatoes. You're swinging around the city and you get into a fight, or you're doing a story mission and it's just a big fight.
Yeah.
Like the sort of minute-to-minute combat is so unbelievably good. It was good in the previous games, in Spider-Man and in Miles Morales, but it is just, I think, on another level. The way, like, the amount of stuff that can be like thrown at you, the sheer number of enemies.
Almost literally as well.
Yeah, right. I guess it started with like the Arkham games, right? That kind of form of combat where it's like attack, dodge, attack, dodge.
It's very reactive gameplay in a good sense.
Yeah.
I would say it's more of the same but better. So like often with sequels, they kind of just shove in a bunch of extra things that you can do, and it's a little bit overwhelming. But I didn't feel overwhelmed in this at all. I just felt like, ooh, I've got new things that I can try, especially with Miles's new powers. His Venom stuff is a little bit more powerful, and he's got new things that he can do. And then, of course, Peter Parker has...
Who, confusingly, also has Venom stuff, but not that Venom.
But not that Venom.
When Miles
they're
does
the
Venom, it's just yellow electricity.
Symbiote
Yeah,
ones.
the
So it's fine.
Clintar.
Yeah.
But everyone knows and thinks it's Venom. Anyway, you know what? That's their problem. They've introduced 2 kinds of Venom.
Yeah.
For their fictional universe. Let's see them untangle that. But yeah, the traversal feels incredible.
Mm-hmm.
The combat feels incredible. And I understand why they haven't shown that stuff off. And indeed, after this event, we were given some like official B-roll footage with which to make videos. And there's a video up on the channel now, actually, that we have made.
Do go enjoy that.
Yeah, that we made with that footage. And that footage also is very like set piece heavy.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, I wish you could just give me like a bunch of footage of just fighting and just flying around, because honestly, I think it's more impressive. Like, it's not visually more spectacular, but in terms of like promising a gameplay experience that's going to be really exciting, it's like, well, this is it. Like, I'm sure you can put together like a spectacular explosive set piece where Lizard runs up a thing and everything falls over. But I'm much more impressed that you have built a system and like have these mechanics in place where like I can spend just 10 minutes getting across Manhattan and it just feels so freaking good.
It's so good. I mean, they have...
and looks unbelievable.
They've shown off, we got to play around with the new glide functions.
Yeah, very pleasing.
Which is, you know, if you've played like the Just Cause series, it's a little bit like that, but the speed you can pick up on those things is absolutely wild.
Yeah.
Sometimes I found that I had to be really, really delicate with the controls, but it was a lot of fun when you actually like really picked up speed, and there's like all these little rings around the city that seems like you'll be able to kind of like go through and try and complete them in certain times and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of little
seems
challenges.
like little challenges around for all the little Spider-Mans to do. But it just, I can't explain fully just quite how satisfying it is to swoop around, jump up, glide, and then just pick up a little bit of height, and then go whoosh, and then and just switching between gliding and web slinging is so smooth and so cool. Also, one really fun thing that we discovered that we don't have B-roll of, sadly, but we discovered playing is if you would like to share with the class, Luke.
Yeah, okay. As you might
good.
remember, and this we can illustrate from in previous Spider-Man games, while you're just swinging around, you can do little stunts and stuff, which don't really especially do much. They're just fun and look cool, and you can do like different stunts and things. You get like XP, I think, for doing them.
Yeah.
So we were fooling around with seeing what was new with there, and there's one where Peter Parker will pop out a little Rubik's Cube as he's falling and turn towards the camera and start solving it. And we were like, oh, that's cute. And then we started thinking like, I wonder if you do it for long enough, would he solve the Rubik's Cube? And we're like, so we tried it again, and it's like, but then you get to the ground and you're like, well, there's not enough time. So instead of playing the demo that we were supposed to the Avengers Tower. Climb up the Avengers Tower, and we're like, okay, this is it. Jump off, diddly diddly, start solving it, and like the ground's coming up, and Peter's still solving this thing. And it's like diddly diddly, and like just sort of moments before we hit the ground, Peter's like, solved it, gives a little thumbs up to the camera, and puts it away.
Well, he's like, ta-da!
Yeah. Like,
so cute.
It was just a nice little thing to discover, and it was one of those encouraging things you find that sort of says like, oh, I think a lot of care.
Yeah.
And a lot of attention to detail.
There's a lot of details in this game, and the thing is, like, there's very little bloat. From the little bit that we played, it all felt very tight, concise. They know what they want to do, and so like those details feel like fun additional things that you can discover, rather than, hey, we did this thing and you should be impressed by it. It's just like fun little Easter eggs for you to find, which I really like, because like I absolutely adored The Last of Us Part 2. Absolutely loved that game.
Yeah.
But the fact that it like did all the stuff like when you were upgrading the guns and you could like see them do it and hold things, like that was really impressive and amazing. And I was like, but what does this add to the gameplay? Whereas like doing a little Rubik's Cube adds to like the fun and the silliness of swinging around Manhattan,
Yeah.
and it's great.
The Last of Us 2 is an interesting comparison because having seen the trailers for the game and then having played it, it does have me sort of ruminating on how games are presented and like how they're sort of put forth. And I feel like this game is being positioned marketing-wise like it's a Naughty Dog game, like it, you know, like it's a here is a staggeringly beautiful, graphically gorgeous story.
Yeah, with really like dark and you know
involving-
everyone. There's a lot at stake. Like
We've got so
everything-
much plot. We've got so much voice acting and stuff.
I, you know, play the bits that we played. I'm like, yeah, this is solid. This is great.
That's-
More of this, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yum num 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 num.
That stuff is all there, but then, do you remember the way that they marketed in the lead up Tears of the Kingdom? And it was like a video of the director being like, hello, I'm the director. Here is Link. Oh look, a log. What if I put a fan on a log? And the internet's like, ah! You know? And it's like so understated and unspectacular. But actually, what I think people really respond to is the promise of brilliant minute-to-minute gameplay.
Yeah.
I kind of hate the word gameplay,
Yeah.
but like I can't think of a better way to put it.
Yeah.
And actually, having played Spider-Man 2 a lot, I'm like, damn, this game feels brilliant.
Yeah.
And it's fun as hell to do fighting, and it's fun as hell to do web slinging. I think like a barely coherent plot on top of that would just be bonus.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah. So that's I think that's the feeling that we came away with. I think this game is going to be significantly more fun to play minute to minute than maybe Sony has indicated with these very like cutscene-y set piece like moments that it's sort of chosen to show off.
You're going to have those fantastic story beats, story moments. Yeah, they are incredibly actually satisfying to play through. And I'm hoping that like the previous game, there still will be all these special accessibility modes where you can also just like have it be less stressful if you're not good with quick time events, which is, you know, if you've never played a Spider-Man game and you're like, oh my goodness, it's all QTEs. There's settings, don't worry.
Those features weren't in the build that we played, but they said they will be. They are coming in another build. I was super impressed. I had a really fun time.
Yeah, and it felt really good and fast to get around the city. As always, you can really pick up speed. Even though this new game does have a whole new area, and I'm at that age now as a player where if someone's like, this game's even bigger than the last one, I'm like, no, please no. It'll take me 20 minutes to get across the map. I have things to do. When I saw the new, I was like, oh no. And then when we played a story mission, it took us across, and I was like, oh, that was quick.
Yeah, or you
That's
can just
fine.
fast travel on it.
But when you're initially like opening everything up for fast travel, it's not going to be as much of a pain in the butt as it could be. Spider-Man is great because you know, he's got the best method of traversal in video games, in my humble opinion. Actually getting from story moment to story moment, it's not sitting on a horse for 20 minutes, sitting in a car for 20 minutes. It's having the freaking time of your life and trying not to be distracted by all of the fun things that you see on the way and all the crimes that are happening and all the collectibles. And there's a lot to do and a lot to find, but it never feels overwhelming. And I remember there was one bit where you were like, I gave you the controller, you were web slinging over to do something. You were like, no side mission. You're not gonna tempt me.
It's difficult because you're Spider-Man and you're swinging to do a thing, and it's like, oh, better go check in with Mary Jane, and as you swing past, someone's like, help, I've been robbed. And you're like,
I've only got 3 hours to play this demo. Sorry, pal.
I bet what Mary Jane has to say is important as well.
Yeah.
And then you get there and it's like, Peter,
sure.
will you help me move these boxes?
But it's faster if he does it because he's so strong. I mean, I'm all for like carrying your own boxes around, but if you know Spider-Man, you're like, mate, could you help?
Yeah, if I knew Spider-Man, I wouldn't be doing anything like chore-wise.
Yeah.
You do it. I'll use the app. Emergency. Is this an emergency?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's a big emergency.
Yeah. I wonder if the web gel that he uses will be like that stuff that you can use to clean keyboards, and then you can just do all your cleaning as well.
Oh yeah, I think
just like webs all your everything
instead of
then just gradually like just peels all the dirt off of your hands.
Instead of his highly developed web formula, he should shoot that slime that toddlers play with.
Yeah.
He should shoot kinetic sand. He should shoot kinetic sand, and then Dr. Octopus would be like, wow, this is satisfying. Ooh, look how it pulls apart.
This is fun.
Oh, I'm in jail. Good. Okay. I hope we got across our. I can see why. I can see why the trailers are all like the sort of
'Cause they do
spectacular,
look, amazing.
QTE-ish stuff. And
Yeah.
also, if the trailer was just swinging around or like just a bunch of fighting, you'd be like, well, you do fighting in the last game or
Yeah.
something. It's like it's a bit harder to.
Also,
sort of...
you know, Spider-Man is a QTE.
Okay. Well, that. I think that ends that, doesn't it? I think that draws a.
Oh wait.
That draws a nice
also,
thick line
I
under
just-
that
just want to
debate.
give a shout out. There's a
No,
lovely
Ellen,
cutscene
you should have done the
where
shout
you
out before
see
you said QTE.
How? Yeah, well, like, little Miles, he's so sweet, and
The line
his
has been
hair
drawn.
is so well animated in this.
That's
like,
true.
because he's
Okay,
got
yeah,
his
that's
lovely
true.
afro
Yeah.
and it's beautifully styled,
Yes.
and then like you can just see it, like just slightly move, like you know, because sometimes you know, often like with black hairstyles, they're like it doesn't move. They're like, but like he moves
Yes.
and it moves a little bit, and you're like, hey, they've actually put in effort here. This is nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
Good
all the
movement.
hair has a little bit of a swish, unless it's in a tight bun like Miles's mum. I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah.
This game has sort of snuck up on me slightly.
I'm looking forward to it now.
yeah.
I wasn't before.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I was just like, okay, more Spider-Man. Yeah, all right,
Yeah.
cool. But yeah, I'm very much like, ooh, Spider-Man game. Thank you.
Yeah.
And very excited for everyone to get their hands on it.
can't believe how slick it feels. It just felt so unbelievably polished to play. It was nuts.
Yeah, it feels really sad to say. I'm so excited for a game that's going to come out and just like be good and work. I think that says something about.
Don't know what
the
you mean,
industry
Ellen.
right now.
Why would a game not work? Hopefully, it'll come out now and everyone will like.
Yeah, and
all
then it'll be like it'll
everyone's
be
skin
terrible.
will
and
fly
everyone's
off into
like,
the sky.
Oh no, yeah, like we'll be having spoken too soon. But
Peter
having
Parker's skin
played
flies off.
an old build, right?
Seemed good. Seemed good.
Seemed pretty solid. So
Right, I think we've kept these people waiting long enough.
yeah.
Is it time for whimsy?
Oh yeah, it's time for whimsy.
We had a whimsical time. Roll clip.
New York came to London.
I could have been Spider-Man. Except I ate too much cheese. Nope, I can't get up. Oh wow! You want a prize anyway?
What did you get? What did you get? What did you
I
get?
won! I won.
Yeah, you got
It's a
Spider-Man.
keychain commemorating me as the strongest man in the world.
Oh,
man.
little spider bot.
Okay, I was all ready to be lightly sarcastic, but that's actually
That's
awesome.
actually really cute.
That's actually amazing.
Even as an arachnophobe, I'm like, oh, that's
Yeah.
quite sweet.
Hello, it's me. Just because I'm not a man doesn't mean I can't be a Spider-Man.
He's a
Web.
spider man.
Web. You've got a traditional New York style hot dog.
Yeah.
Would you like to taste it and see how it is?
I'd like to look at it.
No, I think you should. No. Do eat it though. They're famously good for you. They're restorative and restorative. They contain all of your vitamins and iron. All the parts of the pig have been used. And I mean all the parts, Ellen. You don't like food waste, do you?
No.
Those parts of the pig were just going to waste.
Could you just let me eat the hot dog?
Yeah. It's just parts of the pig that were just being left on the cutting room floor. You're eating a pig's deleted scenes. Thumbs Thumbs up.
Very nice.
Good.
Delicious.
It's good. 10 out of 10. Oh.
Luke, what have you found?
A laboratory.
A laboratory.
This, for example, is a low tension variable voltage supply.
Right.
How do I know that? Years of study.
Also, it's written on there.
Yes, well, it took me years to learn to read. Many unhappy years.
Luke, over here. Some little lizards.
Is that real?
I don't think so, because this one is sort of stuck in the screaming position.
Oh, well, yeah, that's the Peruvian screaming lizard. They never stop screaming from the moment they're born until the moment they die, which is quite soon after.
Luke, please stop playing with machines. Luke, please. Please. We don't know what they... Luke, stop it. Stop it. No, stop it. No, everything's good.
I'm counting 4 gravitons.
Yeah.
There should be 7 gravitons.
Ah,
This must be an unstable gravitron.
right. Luke,
Yes.
I don't want to alarm you, but...
Well, then don't.
Well,
So peaceful
there's a little-
right now.
just you look at your left shoulder, just slowly, don't make any sudden movements.
The spider robots just showed up for the party.
Yeah, he's
Because, look, shots.
Hey. Shots.
How many of them do you reckon I can drink in a minute? Oh, hello. You just
not got a-
interrupted me in the middle of writing my genetic formulas.
You've not got a pen, Luke.
Oh, look, here's my pen. XSR. Finished.
Great.
You've just caught me finishing my formula. This formula calculates the rate of Spider-Men. As you can see, it's exponential.
Wow.
If this trend continues, we will see a sharp decline in the number of Spider-Men, and then a modest increase in the number of Spider-Men,
Yes.
and then a small decline. This is because some of the larger Spider-Men will eat the smaller ones, but then they will give birth. And then we'll see a small uptick in the
Luke,
number of
that's
Spider-Men.
not the side of YouTube we're on, okay? We don't do the pregnant Spider-Man videos.
We don't?
No.
Oh my god. Okay, I have to unschedule a lot of videos. What does Venom ask for when he goes to Starbucks?
I don't know.
He says, "Can I substitute Simbai oat milk?"
Hey Luke,
Yep.
that's so craven.
Ellen, did you want to come down off the ceiling for the outro?
I'm not Ellen, I'm Ghost Spider.
Okay, sorry, Ghost Spider. Did you want to come down and do the outro?
No,
No.
I'm good. I got bitten by a radioactive spider at the event, and now I am on the ceiling.
Okay, well, yeah, I can see you up there, but did you want to come down, maybe?
No, I live here now.
Okay, I guess I'll just do the outro by myself then?
Yes.
Okay, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Show of the Weekend. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's really hard with you just looming up there.
When?
Because it's like oat milk.
Yeah, okay.